Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So, last week we had a look around 3 different crime scenes. Crime scenes being just houses, and each house belonged to a certain townie. And I left it up to you guys to guess in the comments who you think the 3 victims were and who you thought the killer was. So today we're going to be going through the answers. I actually think that went really well. I think maybe it might be something I'll do again in the future. I was a bit worried that it would be way too easy, but actually, after reading through the comments, and as of right now, which is Monday lunchtime, there were only like 2 people, I think, that managed to guess correctly. There were a few people that were very, very close, but only a few of you managed to work it all out. So, let's start with crime scene 1. This one was probably the easiest. I feel like it kind of got more difficult the more we progressed. So, crime scene 1, most of you did guess correctly. This house belongs to Candy Bear. So in order to find the clues, I just sort of looked at the skills, the interests, the careers of the sim that this house belongs to. So here are the clues for Candy Bear. She has a microphone stand because Candy Bear works in the entertainment career. She's an open mic seeker. She also has her Spin Masters Club banner here as well. And I chucked in a few little clues as well, just for good measure. So there's a mixtape on the table. A few of you recognised the mixtape and pointed that out. I thought that could be like a reference for DJ mixing. There's a teddy bear in the corner. Bear. Little clue to the surname. That's all there was downstairs. And then upstairs we have probably the most obvious clue is the DJ Candy trophy. Everything else upstairs are pretty much just red herrings. I mean, I guess you could say the CD player might have something to do with it because Candy has the same one in her bedroom. But those were all of the clues for Candy Bear. I'm not going to go through the killer right now. We'll do the killer last because it's the same killer for each house. Most of you seem to know who the killer was already, so I feel like that one was probably quite obvious. Okay, crime scene 2. So a few of you were really close with crime scene 2 because there was really one of 2 people that it could have been, and most of you guessed it was the other one. This house belongs to the creature keeper, Michael Bell. Got some of his plants out here, growing some herbs. And then if we go inside, we will see he has a fish mounted on the wall. Michael Bell is a keen fisher. He's got level 5 in fishing. He also has a skill in knitting for some reason, so he's got a knitting basket. He also has writing level 4, so if you looked closely, if you had this in the gallery, you might have found that he's written a book called The Wonders of Nature. Kind of a mixture of his 2 interests, writing and nature, all in one. He's also really good at herbalism. He has level 8 in herbalism, so we have his little herbalism jars in his kitchen. I know they're quite well hidden, but I did zoom into them so that anyone with a keen eye might notice. Probably the most obvious clue for this house was the selfie that he took with Cecilia Kang on their first date. And then he has even more fish mounted in his bedroom. And he has his book on herbalism by his bedside as well. So yeah, that was the victim of house number 2, Michael Bell. Let's move on to the 3rd and final crime scene. Okay, so this one is probably the most difficult one, because in order to know exactly who it is, you'd have to know a bit about the lore. Specifically in one of the gameplay trailers. So this house belongs to Julia Wright, who is a student at Brychester. So Julia has a lot of sci-fi themed stuff. She studies physics at Brychester. She also has a skill in charisma, so she's got her charisma book there. She's got a sci-fi novel over here as well. So just to give you a bit of background on Julia to kind of make some of these clues make sense. The story from the Discover University gameplay trailer is that Julia used to be in Foxbury, because Foxbury is where you have your distinguished degrees for things of a sciencey nature. So she was originally in the Bot Savants group, but then she discovered that they had a plan for world domination. So she promptly left Foxbury and enrolled in Brychester instead. So she wasn't kicked out or anything, that was a choice. But because she did, she lost her scholarship, which means she had to fund her own degree. So she's got some bills on the table there. There aren't really any clues in the kitchen as to who she is. The only clue in the kitchen is who the killer is. She has a skill point in logic, so she has the chess table, and she also has lots of like Brychester stuff around her house. But she is also the only pre-made Brychester student who has good reason to hate Foxbury, so that's why she's got that Foxbury poster that's been defaced. She also has a debate society or the debate guild poster because she is a part of that organisation. So yeah, Julia Wright. And if you didn't work out, which I think all of you managed to figure out, the killer was Bob Pancakes. I know a few people thought that maybe it was Eliza setting him up. I feel like maybe that would have made it a bit too complicated. But yeah, it was Bob Pancakes. He leaves his red robe in every single house that he goes to. In every house somewhere there's a plate of pancakes. And for those of you that based your guess purely on the video and didn't download any of these lots on the gallery, you also have the slight advantage of hopefully seeing one of these custom content pieces, which is just a magazine with Bob's face on it, which is also in every lot. So there we go. Victim 1, Candy Bear. Victim 2, Michael Bell. Victim 3, Julia Wright. And the killer was Bob Pancakes. I hope you had fun playing along with this. I had quite a lot of fun trying to think up clues. It was surprisingly difficult trying to think up clues, especially when they're like based off of skills and things from random townies. I sort of felt like either it would be way too easy or it would just be impossible because I know where the things are because I've already like Googled these townies. But actually I think it was a pretty good difficulty level. It wasn't impossible, but it wasn't too easy either. And on that note, I think I'm going to end this video here. Maybe we'll do something similar to this again in the future, because this has been quite fun. I've really enjoyed reading the comments and checking your guesses. Well done to those of you who managed to guess correctly. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. You know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.